morning.
Hey, hi. How are you guys?
Is Miss Marge up already? Do you want me to wait a little bit?
No, she's awake.
Oh,
she's
perfect.
really awake.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go get her up.
This sounds strange to most people, but I don't see her as being handicapped. You know, I don't look at her and in my mind see a handicapped person. And to me, that's nice for me.
They work together so well, and Mr. Chuck takes such good care of Miss Marge. Like, anything that she needs, he's always right there doing it for her. And I think the most important thing is that he keeps everything very normal.
Well, we met at Ohio State.
The
Ohio State University, yes. And Chuck, tell them about your date situation.
It was pretty bleak, actually. No, I had this, I was one of these joiners, you know, and so I was in a group that was having a really major formal dance. And 3 days before I'm in charge of this thing, and I'm supposed to introduce everybody, and my date decides that she needs to go to this Christian event, a big thing on campus, but she forgot to tell me. And I was talking to a mutual friend she's talking about, and Bernard, and he was in engineering at the Ohio State University, and I said, Bernard, what am I going to do? He says, oh, I know this girl, and she just broke up with her boyfriend. You know, so I called her, and she didn't say no. She said, well, let me think about it and call me back. And I thought, I'm dead. I mean, my goose is cooked, right? So I called her back the night before, and she said, yes, I about fainted, about fell off my chair. And so that's how I met my wife. Does that answer the question?
Chuck and Marjory were married for 38 years with 2 grown sons when an unexpected event changed their lives forever.
Yeah, we had an accident, a car accident, 14 years ago.
We were going sailing.
Yeah, we were going up to Seattle to go sailing for the summer.
And
of
Chuck
which we do every summer.
I was kind of sleepy, shouldn't have been driving. Big gust of wind hit me, and we hit the guardrail, and I overcorrected and rolled our Suburban over 3 times. And she was asleep, and that shoulder strap, you know how they kind of stop, they'll, you know, that you can't pull them straight out real, you know, they'll kind of, and that's hit her right here.
Well, I was in the lounge position
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's true.
Which didn't help.
Yeah.
So now I'm a C5-6 quad.
I was knocked unconscious in the accident, and our Suburban landed upside down. And when I came to, I was kind of hanging there in the seat. I had seatbelt on, you know, and everything. First, well, I smelled gasoline, and that really terrified me. And I looked over and I couldn't see Marge. She wasn't in her seat. And I thought, oh man, she's, you know, back in the middle seat area of the Suburban someplace. And I thought, well, of course, on the roof. And so I tried to get the doors open. I couldn't get the doors open. That was a terrifying feeling when you need to get out. And I was thinking, I got to get her out. And I couldn't get the doors open. And all of a sudden, I thought, oh, electric windows. Ooh, will they work? You know, and I thought maybe that was a mistake having electric windows. I could, you know, but I hit the buttons and the windows opened. And I crawled out, went around, got the side door open, you know, and there she laid on the roof, out cold. And I just about picked her up and drug her out, and I thought, whoa, wait a minute, you don't do that. You know, because of, creating more injuries. So I looked around real fast and I found a blanket. And
a beach blanket, a
beach blanket, yeah.
Beach towel.
And beach towel. And I got that under her and I pulled her out on that beach blanket out onto the ground. Now, the Suburban never did catch on fire. And, I mean, I was doing a lot of praying, you know, because I thought, man, it's over, you know, and it nearly was. I was, really concerned. I'm still concerned.
Well,
And,
right after that, he was afraid to ride in a car.
yeah, I was. I was, boy, it's a terrifying kind of thing.
Marjery was in the hospital for 5 months. The Oakleys returned home to Manhattan, where they used in-home care. They realized later it wasn't for them.
Yeah, we had home health care for a couple years, probably.
Yeah, the first person from home health was really good, and she stayed for about a year. And she got us the second person, and the second person stayed with us for about a year. And then we tried home health, and that's when we started the Morning Girl program. On weekdays, the Morning Girls come at 6:30, and sometimes on weekends they come at 7. And they get me in the lift and give me a shower. We have a roll-in shower. And then they get me dressed and get me up here for breakfast. And it takes an hour and a half to 2 hours, but right at first it takes about 3 hours until they get used to it.
They'll feed Marge because she can actually feed herself, but you have to put little devices on her cuffs, a fork and a spoon. And then she has little dishes that have high sides on, so she can kind of go like that, and feed her. She can feed herself, but we don't do that because it takes so much longer, so much more. But some of the girls are purist, and they are, learning all the ropes of what they want to, if they want to be an OT or a PT or nurse, so they insist on putting all that stuff on. And same way with brushing her teeth. This morning, I think Morgan will just brush her teeth, herself, but Marge can brush her own teeth. But they have to put the brush, in the device that holds it, and then she can brush her teeth. So I don't mess with that. I just brush her teeth.
Over 100 girls have taken care of Marjery, but the Morning Girl program is more than a job. The girls become members of the Oakley family.
I take care of Miss Marjery on Thursday mornings, but she's come to Mom's Day with me for my sorority. My dad's gone fishing with Mr. Chuck. They're just almost like grandparents here in town. So it's been cool because I work for them, but I'm also friends with them. So that's been really cool.
What's the most rewarding aspect of it?
Oh, getting to hang out with them. This is my favorite part of Sunday. I don't care that I have to wake up super early and be here early. Just getting to know the Oakleys it's been the best part.
The Oakleys have found a way to make their marriage work, despite the fact that over 60% of marriages end after an accident affects one spouse's physical abilities.
I think we have a lot of disagreements. I would say she's smarter than I am, and she's a better manager. And I'm smart enough to realize that.
I don't think so.
And I always looked at our marriage as a business, kind of as a corporation with two people. And we're in there to help one another and to grow, the unit the best way we can. And we've both had a very strong feeling about the importance of fun and doing avocational things, and that your business, your own personal business, is just as important as theirs. And if it isn't that way, you need to leave and find some place where it is. And I still believe that.
As the Morning Girls leave the Oakleaf's house each day, they walk out with more than experience and a paycheck.
I have learned that tragedy doesn't have to affect the way you live your life, I guess, because I would think that being in a car accident like that it's a big deal for she has to change everything she did, but you would never know that it hasn't been like this their entire lives because they're just so loving and so happy, and that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned out of it.
The idea is that you try to make lemonade out of a lemon. And the Morning Girls help us to do that.